stood still. Somebody told me that his name was Bulldog. It's 7:37. It's Monday. It's Bulldog and Ed. Kevin's in the national parks being chased by bears. So he's having a good time. And one of our favorite people, one of the most talented people that we've had on the show, is with us now, Danforth Prince. Hi, Danforth.
Oh, Bill, hi. Hi, Palm Springs. Nice to be here.
Yes, it is nice for you to be here. And you're the president of Blood Moon Productions. And Blood Moon you do the most controversial books, and they sell like hotcakes because they're really interesting, and they're about famous people, and we get the behind the scenes, we get the truth about their lives. The last book you did was about the very talented Miss Linda Lovelace. Yes. And that's won awards, hasn't it?
Well, it was a good weekend for us. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
It was the Hollywood Book Festival held at the Roosevelt Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard, and they awarded first prize awards to two of our books, and that's very unusual.
Yes.
And I think a lot of book awards in the world are the result of judges who like the spin or the point of view of what the author is trying to say, and we're very lucky that they like us at the Hollywood Book Festival. It's a good group of people. That's
great. Now, this is an exclusive. The other book that won is about the fabulous Gabor family, those glamorous Gabors.
Well, that is indeed our newest. Yes. We have this coming out very, very soon, and I think it's big news for Palm Springs because of the link of the Gabor family with Palm Springs. All of the women spent a lot of time there. Magda was an important hostess, entertaining an entirely red world, I've been told.
Yes.
Everything was red.
Is that what they called her at the time, a hostess?
Well, it's hard to interpret what she quite was. She had inherited, by the time she moved to Palm Springs, a great deal of money from her marriage to Tony Gallucci, the plumbing king.
Oh.
She was by far the wealthiest member of the Gabor family, and she had lost her ability to speak. She had fallen down the stairs, a flight of marble stairs. She hit her head. She tripped on the dog, blah, blah, and she lost her ability to speak.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, so I think she posed gracefully with her beautiful cheekbones and her beautiful clothes, and she did not say a lot, and perhaps it merely encouraged her guests to speak more about themselves because she couldn't put together long strings of words. She nodded and smiled appreciatively and was mostly silent. Maybe that's what a good hostess does. Who knows?
Magda Gabor would not have been a good guest for my show because radio, you have to speak. Isn't that true? Now, the name of the book is Those Glamorous Gabors, and who wrote it?
Darwin Porter wrote it.
Of course, yes.
Darwin Porter wrote it, and Darwin drew upon his experience from a couple of arenas from his past to gather the information that has never been published before. A lot of the book is devoted to the lives of the Gabors before they ever left Europe.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
And this has never been done before. Nobody's really printed a lot about this. Darwin was the author of the Frommer Guide to Vienna and the Frommer Guide to Hungary, and during the research of those titles, he was introduced by the Austrian tourist office to some of the social dragons of Vienna, and they all trotted out their stories about the Gabor family and what they were doing in Hungary before they left.
They're idolized by Hungarians.
Yes, we think we have a Hungarian translation deal in the making. We'd be so honored to see this in Hungarian.
I mean, really, now, you go to their past, but presently, was Darwin Porter ever to find out, is Zsa Zsa Gabor really alive, or is the prince just making believe she's alive and spending her money?
It's difficult, really, to quite look at that. There is indeed a section devoted on Zsa Zsa's most recent manifestation.
Right.
But the book focuses, that's maybe like 5% of the book, and it's certainly a very poignant and immediate, but more current TMZ-type people will be more up on the immediate Zsa Zsa world than we are. We have really focused on the heyday of these glamorous icons during the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, when they really were at their apogees and shaking the world at large.
Yeah, the Gabors, Magda raised those girls to find more money and get out there and do your thing, didn't she?
Yes, Jolie did indeed raise her daughters to be adequately armed on the social register and the world of courtesanship in the great wide world. And I think it is the conflict or the juxtaposition of the old world of the glittering Habsburgs with Hollywood, which is such an interesting comparison, how these sisters translated the glitter of old courtesan-oriented Europe into Hollywood. It's a huge story.
Okay, now it's called Those Glamorous Gabors. Now, it comes out around
Bombshells from Budapest. Bombshells from Budapest.
Bombshells from Budapest. And it comes out around August 12th or 15th. Can people pre-order it? Is there a way to pre-order the book?
Yes, indeed. It's on Amazon, and the distributor has really got it set up for computer internet sales in advance. They've been very good to me. And they view it really as a key insight into the Sputnik age and its definition of sexuality and glamour and the movies as interpreted by spike heels and coquettish behavior on the part of international movie stars.
Oh, that'll be fabulous. I'm looking forward to reading it. Of course, I know you'll get me a copy of it.
Yes, immediately.
You know, I love Zsa Zsa Gabors. What was her movie, her Outer Space? Oh, Men from Outer Space.
Queen of Outer Space.
Queen of Outer Space with Queen
Ilyana.
Ilyana.
She played a scientist.
The mean Queen Ilyana. They all had to wear masks because they had a war, and the women, the women looked beautiful. The men were burned. Ilyana was burned in that movie. It was a great movie. She's a great talent, Zsa Zsa. Yeah.
I adore her. Yeah. I adore her. We grew up in a milieu in Ohio where I was growing up, where my mother had a Zsa Zsa dress. It was a cocktail wrap studded with rhinestones, and she bought it in honor of Zsa Zsa. I think my mother was depressed that week.
And everybody loved Eva Gabor. I mean, I'm very interested to read what went on in Europe with the Gabor sisters, but I'm also interested. Eva Gabor actually was the most talented, I thought. You know, Green Acres. She was
Many
funny.
people have agreed with that, and certainly the one most oriented toward a mainstream Hollywood career of trying out for TV series and for stage runs of Broadway plays and that kind of thing. Zsa Zsa and Magda were both rather international in their scope.
Yeah. And
rather leaning toward the title heads of Europe kind of thing when they could do it and get away with it.
Yeah, Zsa Zsa was looking at the ceiling a lot. At least Eva Gabor was saying, you know, darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. So things are good for you, Danforth Prince, aren't they?
Well, the world is reacting to our spin or our expose of the alternative side of Hollywood that it was never able to be published before because of the strictures of the studio system and because of the fear of lawsuits. And now that the standards of American journalism has changed, we are at last able to bring to the light of publication stories that were considered too naughty or too libelous to publish before. So we view it as an amplification of Hollywood's understanding of its own roots, if that's not too pretentious.
No, that's not too pretentious. How do you come up with the ideas for the book? I mean, after Linda Lovelace, I said to Kevin in the office, whatever, wonder who they're going to come up with next. And I thought, you can't top this. And I think you have with Those Glamorous Gabors.
Well, we try to keep in touch with what we think the zeitgeist is going to be talking about a year from now.
Right.
We have a book coming out very soon, in maybe 5 months, 6 months, called Pink Triangle. It's the most literarily ambitious of our books, in that it documents the divine feud between three enfants terribles who were Tennessee Williams, Truman Capote, and Gore Vidal.
Oh, that'll be great.
And they competed for the same friends, the same boyfriends, the same status, the same awards, and they got very, very bitchy, and Darwin was a member of the inside clique on this, and he really is writing what is presented as a literary memoir, but which has enough guts and glory and bitchiness to be a catfight from hell. And
it has to be. I mean, I used to see Truman Capote at Studio 54, and he was so he couldn't move. He was sitting.
I used to be at Studio 54. I probably saw you there.
We probably danced under the moon one night.
We probably met up in the balcony or something.
No, I only went up there once to give a tour.
Yes, of course.
I was like a tour guide. If people came from out of town, I said, "Oh, there's Calvin Klein. Oh, yeah, let's go." So it's called Those Glamorous Gabors. And
Bombshells from Budapest. It's 750 pages.
Now, your books are very long, but they're page turners. They're very good.
Well, we figure the information is so dense that we really do have one shot at getting out the story of the Gabors. This is the definitive statement on the Gabors until someone does something better, and I don't think they will.
Are you going to send the Prince a copy in Beverly Hills, Zsa Zsa's husband?
I would send it to them with the adoration with which I viewed Zsa Zsa all of my adolescence. I hope that they would view it with the kindness in which I would make that offer, but you really don't know how the handlers of a star like Zsa Zsa... Well, I don't know a lot about Zsa Zsa's present state, and I don't know if she's lucid enough to really love
I doubt it. I don't think she's lucid. I just think that, you know, he's making believe she's alive, so he's spending all her money. Allegedly. I mean, let's face it. He's no prince. He bought the title. You know, what can I say? I'm not going to get you in trouble. Danforth Prince, we want to thank you, because this is an exclusive. I mean, this book...
This is the first time this book is mentioned on any media outlet.
The book will probably make right to the Globe. The Globe seems to glom onto your books and take chapters out and use that as headlines, and I'm sure that's going to
We are in serious discussions with the Globe for the inaugural exposure of this book to the media community, yes.
That's great. Well, we appreciate... Are you ever going to be out here in person again? I thought you...
I love Palm Springs. Yes. I want to come and see how the town reacts to all this stuff we're pumping into it.
Yes, well, come on out to Palm Springs and we'll pump you into the town, okay? So to speak. Danforth Prince, the name of the book is Those Glamorous Gabors, The Bombshells from Budapest?
Yes, that's it.
That's it, and it's on Amazon, and it's coming out around August 12th or the 15th. And,
absolutely, yes.
And you'll know all about everything you've wanted to know about the Gabors and more.
Everything.
Everything. Thank you, Danforth.
Thank you, Bill.
See you soon.
Thank you, Palm Springs.
Thank you. You're listening to the Bulldog and Ed. That was me clearing my throat. Live and local on KNEWS 94.3 FM and 970 AM.
Pulling me close.